New season, healthier snacks.
For today.
Or new season, new snacks.
For today, once it turns into the new year, I'm back on my sugar. I'm getting back into sweets. Like,
how long was that for?
Whole year.
Oh.
I haven't had sweets this whole year.
Do you feel better for it?
I'll be honest with you. In some ways, I don't really know if I've done it well because I've been substituting with salted caramel. Whether that be cookies.
I'm about to say, haven't you been eating chocolate?
Confectionery.
Yeah, but it's not sweets. It's not like Skittles. It's not like Candy Kittens. Like that's.
You mean like
thing.
the fake stuff?
It's not the same thing. So like because I don't know if I asked I asked ChatGPT, like what's better for you, sweets or ice cream, and basically the results was that like it's whichever one you're having is not really doing. So in some ways because I feel like I still need sugar.
Yeah.
So I'm not at the point where I feel like I can cut out my diet just yet. So that's why it's been still with me.
That's like me when I do my keto. I still have carbs.
Exactly. You have to still.
I don't have as much as I usually have. But
There you go.
I still have to have my carbs.
There you go. It's essential. But maybe this season we'll try to have healthier snacks, guys. Hold us accountable in the comments. But no promises. No promises. Oh my days, I've missed this. Roll call. Who we got today?
Elias.
Wait, what? And we're in the hoop. Yes, we're a few members down. The guys couldn't be here with us today to kick off the season, but we might have a special guest for you coming halfway through. Who knows? But yeah, bro, how have you been, man? How was your summer?
Summer was good. I've been just working, chilling.
Yeah.
Got the new Dragon Ball Z game.
Nice.
It's so hard.
Is that a good thing?
It's a good thing, but I'm struggling playing it right now.
Okay.
And I haven't even touched online yet. This is just against the computer.
Ooh. Is there campaign mode? Or is it just like...
There's campaign and just battles and tournaments, but it's learning the mechanics. There's like 5 different block mechanics.
Oh.
And then counter mechanics and then combos and then...
No. Super Smash Bros. Is enough for me. I would have fighting games. Like I only have a certain level of discipline I can get to. Like even like Mortal Kombat, I'm not. Yeah. It's not for me, man. Those require a certain level of studying. This is a long time out, but how did you find the Olympics? Because it's here to talk about basketball. So how did you find the Olympics personally?
The Olympics in general, I enjoyed because obviously where I work, I had to watch basically every day I was in.
Okay. But
yeah, that semi-finals and finals. Someone done showed up.
It's crazy that I'm wearing this one right now. But it's all good
to get his water.
But one thing I have to say, the UK honestly they don't like basketball, bro. Because BBC,
yeah, the coverage was horrible. But the thing is, Discovery Plus had most of the Olympics, so BBC had selective coverage.
See, I was relying on BBC, and then they'll be playing the games like an hour or two afterwards. I'm thinking, what's the point?
Yeah,
what's the point? But it was sad, man. It was sad. But I think we've got great games. Genuinely, we've got great games, and I think it was a nice kind of transition from the playoffs into something like we didn't have to go absent from basketball for so long. And then speaking of that, actually, like even in between, and the WNBA season has been on as well. Yeah. Right now in the midst of the playoffs, and actually before we even get into that, I wanted to say some honorable mentions, some RIPs to the Dikembe Mutombo.
Yeah. Rip.
When I saw the news, I was just like, raw. I didn't even know he had brain cancer. That was sad. He died at 58, which is very, very young.
Yeah, it caught me off guard.
Yeah. So he will greatly be missed, man. He will definitely greatly be missed. I just saw today that Danny Green retired.
Oh, okay.
That was a surprise as well. But then again, he's kind of been on the ESPN.
His role player time is coming to an end. Was it D Rose?
D Rose too. D Rose, I feel like he could still contribute. Like that one genuinely surprised me because I was like, when you just find out, a guy's just he's just on the end of the bench, but then he'll come in and chip in a good 15 points. Like I didn't really think he was done. I thought he was still going to chase a chip, but I guess his time was over. Who else? I think that's it really.
You forgot one.
Who?
Adrian Wojnarowski.
The Woj bombs.
The Woj bombs.
Genuinely, I actually think I unfollowed him, I think I unfollowed him because now
your time is up.
Yeah, his feed is no longer going to be like
what we call in the shams.
Is it like Shams Charms or something? I don't know. It's something to do with magic. I don't know what his tagline is just yet, but
we'll work on that.
Yeah, it's I saw an Instagram post of like Dirk Nowitzki now transferring over to like Luka Doncic, but I don't really know if Shams is I don't really know. He's gonna have to. He's in a grace period right now. You know, we'll see.
There's no one now to be like on his coattails. It's just him.
True.
So it's just his.
I guess it's still like
Crispy Haynes is kind of the source and stuff.
Chris
There
Haynes.
are sources, but he's now
the main guy.
There's no one going against him on deadline.
Yeah, that's true. Well, even saying that, this deadline day was kind of a bit. Actually, no, deadline
It hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, it hasn't happened yet. Look at me, I'm out of whack, man. I'm
It
out
was
of whack.
what was it? What contract extensions?
Yes, contract extensions. Yeah, October. I think it's October 21st, just before the season starts.
Curry got his.
Yeah, of course, bro. They have to secure. That's the legacy pipeline. But I wanted to quickly go back to WNBA. The season was incredible. Genuinely incredible. This year, I wasn't as locked in as I needed to be, but I watched quite a few games. I was fortunate enough to actually go and see one of the finalists this year.
Yeah. You went, LA was it?
Yeah.
LA aren't in the final, but you went to LA.
Yeah, and that's when they played the Minnesota. Those guys there, that team is long and strong, bro. That sounds a bit crazy, but that team is long and strong. In terms of those women, like they're very, very serious. Like, and even some of the players I saw when they were up, these guys aren't playing. Like, I'm just like, Nafisa Collier, she's a monster, bro. She is absolutely a monster. And I was talking to one of my boys, like they're guards, like Natasha Heidemann and Courtney Williams. Those two, incredible. And then Michaela McBride, sniper. But the Connecticut Sun, who they're facing in the finals, they're also going to be a problem because Duana Barner and Alyssa Thomas, I think, they wasn't there last year.
Yeah, they're playing the New York Liberty in the final.
Sorry.
He's a bit rusty.
That's who they just beat. Leave me. Listen, the Liberty though.
Sabrina, Brianna.
Personally, yeah, the Liberty. I feel like, you know, I can actually take this so left, but I'm not going to take this left. I'm not going to take this. So last year, I think it was them versus the Aces in the final, right? And it was kind of like, I feel like the discourse online was so interesting, yeah, the way that it kind of broke down, and like the kind of rivalry between the two of them. And this year, to kind of see the way it went down is kind of sad, because I feel like almost the Aces weren't able to bring their best to kind of really face them. Like in one game, they were able to do that, but like I was speaking with my brother, like Chelsea Gray this season was able to carry them to any wins. Like I think she was still she came into the season with an injury and she was nursing it. I think Asia carried them a major part this season.
Yeah, we'll get to her.
And she, like, at some point, everybody's human, you know. At some point, you run out of steam. But I think it's time, man. I think finals is going to be interesting. Brianna Stewart is she's inevitable. And I think I always forget Jonquil Jones. That's her name. She's actually a monster, bro. Her deep freeze and like her paint presence. She's like, she was a problem. Like I was seeing the matchup. Adrian Wilson couldn't choose, like she couldn't guard Brianna because as long as Jonquil was on the court, like you need her there. And so like it was a mismatch with like Alicia Clark guarding Brianna Stewart, and Brianna was just putting her in the post, whatever she wanted she was getting. Though she put up a good fight, it was tough, man. It was tough. We couldn't talk about the W without talking about Caitlin Clark.
That's true.
How do you think her year went? I
think it went as well as you expected to go, but even better than you expected to go.
Really?
She started off slow.
Mm-hmm.
I think every rookie does.
Mm-hmm.
And then she just took it at her own pace.
Yeah.
And then the game slowly became hers.
Yeah, I think that team that they're building around her, they have a good young core. And like, I'll be honest, I don't know if I was a hater. I know we had a discussion earlier in the year around like her versus Angel Reese and whatever. My thing was that like, there's other people in the league that are better than her. That was my thing. And like, I just felt like the attention she was getting is nice. And like, she deserves all the fans. Like she's worked very, very hard. And like, I've now accepted that, you know what, she is what we've advertised. Like she has that effect when she shoots the ball that's kind of similar to Steph, with like, there's an expectation anytime that she shoots it you think it's going to go in.
Yeah, no.
You know what I mean? And that the way the crowd reacts. And in general, I'm just gassed for the monetary value that the league is going to see as a result of her. And I think the rest of I'm hoping that it kind of transfers over to the other teams slowly. But I think this rookie class in general was good. I think the all rookie team.
Yeah.
They have a lot of upcoming stars. I think Angel Reese's wrist injury was sad to see to end the season, but
You know what she's gonna be? She's gonna be a double machine.
Yeah, she is. I think she needs to get a lot better at finishing because sometimes she's rebounding her own shots a lot of the time. If you watch
from beyond 5 foot, she's like shooting 13%.
Yeah, it's not pretty.
She can work on that game though.
Year
2.
She can definitely work on it. I think she's got great marketing behind her. Like she's definitely going to be like the face for all the little black girls that want to be something. She's definitely like somebody you can get behind. Me personally, my favorite player out of the like out of terms of that rookie was Camila Cardoso, just because I think she was unfortunate to start with injury early in the season, which is why I feel like her numbers would have been greater than they are, and that they would have been rivaling Angel Reese, just because I think she's 6'5", 6'6", maybe even 6'7". I think so, and just her game was just so complete. Because I think I watched the finals with them. It was South Carolina versus who? It was Iowa. Oh, that game was
it was Iowa.
It was a horrible game to watch. But the level of dominance that I saw from her, I was like, rah. And I've seen flashes of that in the league coming through, so I'm expecting big things from her. Rickea Jackson as well. I think she's blossoming into a very, very good like two-way kind of guard wing type player. I think the Sparks in general, they have a lot of things to figure out. Personally, I think Brink helps them, but they need more size. They need more.
No, I think before the ACL, she was very impressive.
She was,
the blocks.
She was very impressive.
She had the presence in the paint.
I think the rest of their team, like her and Dearica Hamby, they're the only ones in terms of that. I feel like we're really doing anything on the inside. The rest of them,
we got to see how she recovers from that ACL now, though.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I think all in all, like this year is going to be cool. I think the next, like the WNBA future is very, very bright. I saw a lot of great things from even like from Aaliyah Boston, and even like there's a lot of other teams. Even like I don't want to get into a deep dive, but there's a lot of teams that people should like. The Seattle Sonics, you got that's not their name. Seattle Storm. Yeah, you guys need to check them out because they're coming, man. There's a lot of teams coming. They're right there on the door. I think this expansion that's going to come in with the Valkyries, like I think I just saw that they got their new coach assigned. Like the league expanding, there's news about a Toronto team coming as well. Okay. So there's
the expansion will do good.
Yeah, more fans and diversified talent, because there's a lot of people that are talented that are just genuinely not in the league because there's only so many spots, which is wild. But yeah, let's talk about Asia Wilson, man. The first 1,000-point season ever in the W.
It's crazy, historic.
Bro, that's actually, like, I was deep and I was like, actually that's wild. Like, I think because I was thinking to myself, like, what's the comparison in the NBA? And I'm thinking their season is actually so much shorter. There's so much less teams.
Minutes.
Yeah, and less minutes is like for her to, and she's not a heavily like 3-point shooting type player. Like it's all twos. Yeah. It's all like jump pull ups near the basket. Like it's a lot of work that she put in, and like in some ways it speaks to like how much she was needed this year. And I think it's kind of why the Aces weren't almost able to go as far as they would have expected, like in terms of free-peating. They weren't able to do it just because like she was giving it her all just for them to kind of get a good position in the regular season. But she was phenomenal. I don't know if she's the first unanimous MVP. I think she might be the first unanimous MVP in the W.
No, I think I was hearing there might have been another one.
But either way, like this year, like people need to give her more credit. Personally, like all the hype, like that's the one thing I'm sad about. Like I don't think people are really taking in like what she has done. Like, other than people that actually follow the WNBA, like in terms of the wider world, like what she's done is crazy. Because it might seem small, but that's a very, very big step. To be the first person to score 1,000 points in a season, like it's wild, man. I'm looking forward to, and I'm looking forward to her shoe dropping. I'm looking forward to what we're going to see more from her.
Second player.
Ah, okay. So big up whoever was before her. But yeah, man, I don't know. Anything else you want to mention on the W? Anything else that kind of stood out to you or that piqued your interest or would get you watching it more?
No, I was just excited to watch Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, see them go at it.
I mean, yeah. I think their matchup, to be honest, realistically, it's not really been. Yeah. It's not been comparable. It's been a wash.
I know she's not in the league yet, but Paige Becker's next season.
Yeah, that's gonna be nice. That's gonna be nice to see. I think even actually no, we don't watch college ball, but Juju guys, if you know about Juju Watkins, check out Juju Watkins. But yeah, bro, let's get to it, man. Let's get to it.
Let's talk.
NBA offseason, bro.
Hoops.
It's been an interesting one. In some ways, it's been quiet, but in some ways, it's also kind of been surprising.
I think it's gearing up towards a big deadline.
You think so?
I think so. The pieces being
I don't know who
moved.
else is there to move. I'm thinking other than Zach LaVine, maybe Bruce Brown, maybe Jeremy Grant.
Depending on what the Warriors want to do, we've got a package there and a half.
To get who?
That I don't know, but there's a package there.
What's the package?
Wiggins, Kuminga.
You're not getting rid of Wiggins and Kuminga. You have to pick one.
Maybe Looney would be involved as well.
And to get what?
That's what I don't know.
Like realistically,
Maybe a big body center.
I don't know who is out there that could help the Warriors right now. No one. Okay, that's okay. No one is a bit. No one is a bit.
We'll get to them. We'll get to them later.
I'm trying to think. Nah, I'm genuinely.
I think we built a team that's just about better than the playing. But I also think the league's gone so deep in talent that.
Honestly, I was so like as I was looking at the teams, for today. The playing is even going to be a stretch, bro. Because genuinely, it's coming like all 15 teams in the West want to make the playoffs. It's coming like I'm trying to think who's like the worst team in the West right now, and it might be the Spurs. Yeah, it might genuinely be the Spurs.
I
think it's the Spurs. I'm trying to think who other than the Spurs. The Rockets are going to be good this year. Who else was bad last year? Grizzlies are going to be much better this year.
Yeah.
If Jar's injury is not... Well, I don't know what happened to his ankle, but if Jar's okay, he's not going to be that bad. Who else was down there last year? Okay, the Jazz is still going to be bad.
Yeah.
The Jazz is still going to be bad, fair. But I don't know if you're a top 10 team. I don't know if the Warriors are a top 10 team. And that hurts to say. Like, it hurts me to say because I'm a big Steph Curry fan. But I don't know if they're a top 10 team in the West, the way that things are shaping up. I think... I have some hot takes, but let me stay on the trades for now. One that surprised me, I think, was actually DeMar DeRozan to the Kings. That was a trade I didn't see coming. I'll be honest, I did not.
I knew the Bulls are going to blow it up. I just didn't expect them to go there.
Yeah, because they still have Vooch, and Lonzo. I don't know what's going to happen with Lonzo this year.
He's trying to start the season, so. We'll see.
It's the saddest experiment that's gone wrong, man.
I had so much faith in them.
Yeah, because it looked good. Yeah. Him, Caruso, like it looked good for the period of time that we saw them together. But then once his knees went, it was all downhill. But I think DeMar's trade surprised me. But I think it's nice. He's back in California, back kind of home-ish. So I think he has another opportunity to actually try and contend and win. And like he's definitely one of those guys I can see like he's still hungry for this. I didn't expect Paul George to leave to go to Philadelphia. I'll be so honest. I didn't.
I think watching from once they're out the playoffs, I think the signs were there.
Really?
But like you could see Joel Embiid when you see when they were both.
Yeah.
You could see him like making hints like maybe this is the guy I need. And I think he was like he wasn't playing into it, but you could tell he was like seeing his options.
Yeah. I don't know.
At the end of the day, it's a money thing, isn't it? More money there.
That's true, but that guy has money. Steve Ballmer has money, bro.
He didn't want to give it though.
But the thing is, they have a whole new stadium. Like Kawhi,
he wanted Kawhi money though.
He plays more than Kawhi, bro. You actually like genuinely in terms of percentages, he's going to play more. Like Kawhi played a lot of games last year.
Yeah,
and then he in the playoffs he kind of missed something. That Paul George got injured. Cool. Like they're both injury prone. Fair, but I feel like Paul George's injuries aren't as serious as Kawhi's injuries. Like so I don't know. It's I think this year I don't have any hope for the Clippers, but we can get into that later.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think any other trades. I think Minnesota. Even before we talk about like Cat being moved, they made a lot of other moves that don't like. They got rid of Kyle Anderson, which I think he was big for them as well in the playoffs last year.
Yeah,
there was a lot of series where they really needed him and he stepped up in a big way.
Welcome to the Bay.
Yeah, which was weird for me. I think Alex Caruso as well going to OKC. Like it's and getting Hartenstein. I think it's a small move,
but that's a big move.
Yeah. It's a big move in terms of like
he can be a needle mover.
He can be, and I don't know if they were right there. I don't know if anybody saw them as right there, like on the cusp. But I think defensively, him and Lou Dort, problems, headache, big headache. I think in terms of size, they didn't really lose much. I don't really feel like they lost much. they're kind of almost running it back. I think their young guys are going to take another leap. I think their chemistry is still there clicking. The guys they added, I feel like are good culture guys. Like they're going to fit in. They're not going to be ego driven in terms of like trying to take a spot or whatever. I'm trying to think what other trades. Chris Paul to the Spurs.
Yeah.
You guys are not making the playoffs or the play-in, but
I could see them being a 10th seed. That's my hot take. I can see them being a 10th seed. Not taking the Warriors spot, but they can be a 10th seed.
The Spurs.
Yeah.
How good do you think? Do you know what?
I think it's going to be like, like a LeBron type season where he literally carries them to the play.
Chris Paul is going to carry them.
Oh, I meant with Wemby, not Chris Paul on his own. This is more to do with Wemby, but Chris Paul being there helps.
I'm not even going to try and entertain it. No.
You guys can come back to this end of the season.
No.
Maybe end of the season. Come back to this halfway through the season.
Yeah. And they're going to see the facts. I think the most they can get is maybe an in-season tournament. Maybe they'll get a deep run in the in-season tournament. Other than that, I don't even know. Honestly, the in-season tournament this year is going to be so fun. Yeah. I feel like it's going to add a whole... I think it's Emirates Cup now. But now it's going to add a whole new dynamic of okay, there's been a year in. Now we've actually seen, okay, cool. How seriously are we going to approach this?
I think it works because it's real games. And then it's only 2 games of
outside of it. Yeah. So there's history to be made. I'm trying to think any other trades that kind of come to mind. Russell Westbrook, go on.
Clay.
Yeah. Clay to the Mavericks. I'll be honest. That one is sad to see, bro.
Oh no.
That one is very, very sad to see. So maybe moment of silence? No, I'm kidding. No moment of silence. But
no, he got 0-10 in the finals.
He got a what?
In the playoffs, he shot 0-10, didn't he?
Yeah.
So it's Clay. I can't do that.
But it's still
Clay.
like
It hurt.
I think genuinely, I would have paid him.
We did try to pay him.
Not enough.
The rumors are we offered more than the Mavericks.
So then why did he leave? That can't be true.
I'm pretty sure that
can't be true, bro.
And then he just wanted to change the scenery.
No, he didn't want to change. It was either the years. It either wasn't enough years or it wasn't enough money. Like he probably wanted more years, or one of the two. Because
I think it was we gave him more years but less money.
Yeah.
But they gave him less years and more money.
Yeah.
Obviously, like I said, the money speaks.
It does. Does money talk? I think it's gonna be interesting from a standpoint of can we see vintage Clay come back in a reduced role?
He's gonna get a lot more open looks.
That's the thing that's a bit scary.
Yeah.
That's the thing that's gonna make,
and that man can become a flamethrower just like that.
Like that. And I think he has if he can give them anything defensively.
Yeah, he doesn't have to be vintage Clay.
He just needs to be a gun. He genuinely just needs to be a gun that just doesn't quit. Russell Westbrook to Nuggets. I'll be honest. This trade, everything they've done, even losing KCP to Orlando, I don't know what the Denver Nuggets head office is really doing, bro. I don't know what they're doing. I feel as if they are... I don't think Russ is a bad pickup, to be clear. I don't think he's a bad pickup, but I think they've lost a lot since they won the championship.
I think we've won now. It's obviously still a priority, but they feel like they have to do.
Yeah, they don't feel like they're chasing it, and I don't really know.
It's kind of like the Bucks. Giannis got his. They still tried for Giannis, but it just hasn't.
I think that one is even slightly different because they tried to kind of run that back, but injuries happened and things didn't really go the way that they were meant to. But with these guys, they didn't pay anyone. They didn't pay to keep anyone, and they're I know they're a small market team, so money wise, they have to make things make sense, but. I think it's just a little bit surprising, to be honest with you, that it went the way that it went. I'm a bit surprised to see that. Who else got traded? Who else moved teams this year? I'm trying to think. Miami yet again did nothing.
Yeah, you think, and I will.
Miami yet again did nothing. They're going nowhere fast. Miami and Toronto are actually two teams that one day I want to actually sit down and have a discussion about what's the plan for their future? Because Toronto, I don't know what they're trying to do up there.
We got Buddy Hield. That's, I guess, our replacement for Clay.
Him and D'Anthony Melton, I think it's very interesting pickups. It seems as you guys are going... The Warriors have always been a small team.
Yeah.
But it's the league is actually getting bigger now. The West is actually kind of getting bigger.
It's kind of like where the Rockets are getting PJ Tucker.
Yeah.
As our center.
And it's I don't know whether or not the threes are going to really keep you in it. Like I think
no, but the league is now a free league. So
it is, but it's also a free league with like six, 7 guys, like guys with size. How can I forget about Deontay Murray to the Pelicans? Shout out Kelvin. That's another kind of one that I don't really understand genuinely.
I get it from the Hawks standpoint. I think the experiment wasn't working.
Yeah, true.
But the Pelican standpoint, I guess you're hoping that you got a true point guard thrown into Zion, but
then
they already had.
I feel like they lost, unless he's gonna buy in and defend like he did before. I don't necessarily, and they lost Valanciunas, so they lost size at the center position. They have Tice. I don't know who else I think they got a rookie as well, one big rookie. Can't remember what his name is, but I don't know. I think it just seems like they're just going all in on offense. And then Brandon Ingram, is he going to move? Is he going to stay?
Oh yeah.
Contract talks, no extension. What's going on there?
Yeah, there's a busy summer for the Celtics.
For the Celtics,
for the Pelicans.
It is a very busy summer. Very, very busy summer. I think they have a lot of question marks because they're betting on themselves right now. I feel like they're betting on themselves. They're betting on what they've built.
Yeah. And
I think there's a reason to believe and buy in. There definitely is a reason to do it. Whether or not it will pay off, it's to be seen. It's to be seen. Very, very much so to be seen. I think that's all the major trades I feel like that have happened so far. There's been a lot of like smaller like pieces moving from here and there.
Yeah, a lot of. I still feel like it's gonna be a busy deadline.
I don't know
where it's gonna come from, but
even Josh Giddey going to the Bulls. See, there's loads of teams I don't know what they're trying to do. I don't know what they're trying to do right now. There's loads of teams that are just kind of in a weird interesting space. But it's we'll have to figure out what exactly these teams want to do. But saying that, let's go through some of these teams, bro. Let's look at the West. And while I do that, gonna introduce our special guest for today. He couldn't be here, but bro wanted to chime in. So what are you saying, Paul? How are you?
Yo guys, I'm good. I'm out here. I'm sorry I couldn't make it, guys. I had to be my sister's birthday, so things got a bit. That's life, but I'm here.
It's all good.
It's all good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you guys, Elias, Olu?
I'm good, bro. I'm good.
Well, man. Well.
That's good.
We're just talking about the trade so far that we've seen. Any trades kind of stand out to you? Anyone you want to share your opinion on? Oh my days, there's more that's coming to my mind right now. I'm thinking about Tyus Jones to the Suns. I really like that trade. I genuinely really like that trade. I know you don't believe in. It's ironic, guy, because I know you were just hating on the Suns at the GC, but I genuinely actually feel like that trade is gonna make a big.
For me?
Yes, you.
Oh, okay, yeah. I mean, listen, man. I'm gonna give my little input. Because I'm not there, I can't give every single input I can because there's not enough time for that. But I'll give what I want to give. I think the winners and losers of this off season. I feel like the winner of this off season was Philly. But some fact is, yeah. I mean, they got PG and he's probably going to be their third option, which is having Paul George. I suppose your third option. That automatically you win the off season with that. That alone, they won. And it's not just that. I think they got a lot of other players as well. They got
Andre Drummond's there, Kelly Oubre's there.
No, they got Yabusele from France, who's a very good pickup as well.
That one's going to be interesting to see how he adapts to the league. But
yeah. I mean, in his first preseason game, he went off. He did pretty well, so that's a good sign. And got Caleb Martin. That was a huge.
That one is on. I agree. That one was big. Yeah, that one is very big. I don't know what Miami was thinking there.
I think huge. I don't know what he was thinking. And Drummond was a good pickup. They got Eric Gordon as well. I'm not sure about that, but he can shoot. He's
that's good. I think they. You know what? You might be right. Still, you might be right on the Sixers. They built a very
good team.
Cohesive team.
And also, I didn't even mention they added Reggie Jackson as well, which is huge. Like,
really? He was on the Hornets. Did they buy the Hornets?
Yeah, Ollie. If you remember, we used to always call him Diamond, Diamond, because he's still like Reggie is a lot of people than people think. He's a lot of people than people think. Like he's really good. Like, Reggie,
that's fair.
Like Yeah, so all of that, and they're getting PG as well. I can't lie, they won the offseason for me. Like, adding PG, like PG, Maxi, and MB, that is disgusting. Like, PG is your third option, and the teams that you put around them as well, for me, they won the offseason. Second, it has to be the Mavs. I mean, the trades they made, it's just quite, like...
You made one trade, bro. What other trade you make? You got Smith and Dinwiddie as well.
Najee, Grimes, Spencer, what? Bro,
Najee and Grimes, I don't think...
Okay, hold on. First, I want to explain why I believe that one of the offseason was the second team. So, I think Clay had a whole new dynamic to our offense. Like, I don't have to really explain that much. If you know basketball, you know basketball. Like, Clay, like, he just adds so much to our offense. And Najee is a better defender than Derrick Jones. He's a better offensive player than Derrick Jones. And Grimes is weird. Grimes is weird. He's like a evolved version of Josh Green. So you know you have Charizard and you have Charmander.
Evolved version of Josh Green. What?
No. So it's like I see it as Grimes is Charizard and Josh is Charmander. So he's kind of like an evolved. He's more
just
confident.
Skip Charmeleon. Say no more.
He's Charmeleon. And then other Spencer, I think ball handler, which is something.
I don't know why you believe in that man so much. Genuinely, I don't know why I believe in that man so much.
I've seen how he looks like with Luke and the Mavs. Like, it's just adding more ball handler to our depth is so important. And last but not least, did I miss anyone else? What's Clay, Najee, Grimes? I missed someone else. Did I miss someone else? There's one player, Clay.
And you guys cleared out Tim Hardaway Jr. He's gone.
Yeah, that was huge. We had to get him out of there. Like, his time at Dallas came to an end. We had to get him out of there. And right now he's in the dungeons in Detroit, but it has to be done. Like, we have to get him out of the team, man. We have to get him out of the team, you know. But we added a lot of defense. We added a lot of offense. The only problem I have is how is Kid going to manage the lineup? Because we can't have Clay, Kyrie, and Luke out there. We can't like that. That's not going to be sustainable when we go into the playoffs.
You're gonna have to have them out there, bro. You're gonna have depth. I think it's gonna be them three, PJ Washington, and I
that's not good enough. I can't lie to you. That's not good enough because let's say we go with OKC. Who's gonna guard Shea? Is it just gonna be PJ? That's not enough, bro. That's like I feel like Kid has to make a big choice whether to insert Najee into the lineup. He's gonna play, but I don't see Clay coming off the bench. I'll be honest. I don't think Clay came to come off the bench, bro. So same. I mean, he has ego. Same. I mean, fair enough in his Clay in it, but what I want to say is those trades, like Mavs got a lot better. Like on both ends, they got a lot better. And I don't know why people are saying defensively. Oh, we lost Derrick Jones, bro. We added Najee. He's a better defender than Derrick Jones.
That athleticism of Derrick Jones is big, though.
But you do realize Najee has a longer wingspan than
That's not athleticism, but I hear you. I'm not saying he's a good player. He played well with the Pelicans last season. He did. So I
can't lie because if you guys really think about it, right?
Yeah.
Derrick Jones prior coming to the Mavs and playing with Luka, she was just a mid-role player, bro. She was just a mid-role player, honestly. He was a mid-role player, and that's me being generous.
Wow.
So I'm thinking, so I'm thinking,
honestly.
No. So I'm thinking, imagine he comes to the Mavs and plays like that. Imagine how Najee would look like. Najee's already made him. Now Najee's already kind of made him a name for himself as the knife. He can play both ends. He's an excellent defender. He can shoot. You know. So imagine playing the Mavs. It'll be even more better. Hence why we upgraded on that position. That's why I'm not worried about defense whatsoever. Like we have like 2 point of attack defenders in Grimes and in Najee. So defense is not an issue. And so yeah, I feel like Mavs really smashed off season with the limited assets we have because people don't understand. We don't have picks. We don't have assets. Like we have limited assets, and Nico cooked. So Nico did an amazing job.
He did. I'll give you that. He cooked. So your winners. So your winners of the offseason is the Mavs.
Philly first. Philly first. Mavs second. And third, I have to think about because my top three is the one we're talking about. The first one, I'm so like I don't know who to pick, but I think I'm gonna. It's either between Timberwolves, Knicks, and the OKC. But I don't know who to pick.
Timberwolves.
I don't know who to pick. I genuinely don't know.
How do you think the Timberwolves got? Actually,
no, because here's what I think they won that trade between the Knicks. But the simple fact is,
the Timberwolves didn't win the trade, bro.
No, they didn't win the trade because they added DiVincenzo.
Yeah.
They added depth. They added because.
Bro, he's one man, bro. He's one. No, listen. As much as I love Dante DiVincenzo, bro. He's not cat, bro. He's not cat, bro.
Hold on. you do realize they got 2 players for Cat. They got Randall and John DiVincenzo.
They literally got Cat. They literally got the size in Randall and the interior presence and the shooting that Cat has in Dante DiVincenzo. They got literally him in 2 players. That's what the Knicks would have got.
Yeah, but at the end of it, it's 2 bodies in one. Because if Cat got injured, they have lost both.
That's true.
But if one of them gets injured, they still have the other. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah,
and also, you remember what I told you, man, last postseason, and I was right. Timberwolves have an offensive identity crisis. They don't have. There was they
you think this is going to be better offense? But they have two big men that can't shoot threes consistently, bro.
No. I'm saying.
That's what I'm thinking.
No. I'm saying Randall and Cat is kind of like a like-to-like because they're both playoff drops in the playoffs. So that's kind of like, it just kind of washes away.
So how can they win this trade, bro? Explain to me how they've won that trade then.
No, because they got Dante DiVincenzo, bro. They added him, and that was a huge loss to the Knicks. Because if you guys don't realize this, the Knicks' depth is atrocious. Have you seen their bench? Their bench is atrocious, bro.
Did they have depth all year, bro? Last year? No, they didn't, bro. They're just going to run 6 man out there until your legs fall off. That's it, bro. That's the system, bro.
Tibbs just run them to the ground.
They went and got another elite wing defender. So now the job that OG was doing is cut in half, split between 2 men. Josh Hart now. He's now inserted into the starting lineup. He's the energy man. I don't really know how it's gonna work.
Okay. I mean that's great. So 6 man, you're gonna flipping run down 6 man to the ground and come playoff time.
Yeah,
I promise you.
That's what he does.
That's tipped. And then listen, Mitchell Robinson's gonna come back in the new year. They've got Landry Shamet now as well. That's another guy that can kind of come off the bench. They still got guys there, bro.
Bro. Shamet in 2024. Let's chill out on that.
I was gonna say that, but I was
Let's chill out.
He can still contribute, bro.
Listen. I think out of those 3 teams, the winners are OKC, but I'm not as. People are saying
because you hate on OKC still, but it's okay. I understand.
No, because everyone is saying how OKC won the offseason, bro. Just chill out, guys. Just chill out. They got Caruso and Hartenstein, which is great pickups, but I'll give them probably like a B+ or A-. So that was not even like a home run. Because the way people were acting, like it was an A+. They were good trades. I think the Hartenstein was a very good trade because they needed size. But OKC still have a size identity crisis. Like even if they have him now, they're still a very, very small team. Like I don't know how they're going to work. Whether he starts with Chet or whether he's on the bench. Because if he's on the bench, they have a problem at the size in the starting lineup. If Hartenstein starts with Chet, then their bench has no size. So size is still going to be an issue with them. Caruso was a great pickup. However, now you need to require Shea and J-Dub to have that playmaking because you lost Giddy, who's your only playmaker. So now you have to pray. He was the only true point guard. Like he was like.
Bro, what do you think Shea's been doing, bro? Listen, don't think Shea can playmake, bro. Even Alex Caruso can playmake, bro. I don't understand what you're on about, bro.
Listen,
that one. I think you're on your own, bro. That one you're on your own.
Hold on.
Because Josh Green wasn't even barely getting any minutes in the playoffs, bro. We saw the guy was a liability on the court.
Okay, I agree.
So then,
and let's not act like the same level offensively as Giddy is, because he is nowhere near Giddy's level offensively.
Bro, he's a better shooter, bro. All he needs to do is shoot, bro, and he's a better facilitator. What do you mean? Caruso. He said Caruso's not the same level offensively as Josh Green. Is he alright? Bro, have you watched Alex, bro? You ain't watched AC, bro. You need to watch AC.
Defensive presence.
Yeah, bro.
It raises the floor.
Nah, you're not even. Josh Green was Josh Giddy. Sorry, not even Josh Green. Josh Giddy was just on there, literally just to play make and make. Like I thought he was gonna be that triple double guy. But he didn't manifest in that because Shea blossomed too fast for them. And then J Double also blossomed too fast. I genuinely think you're not really seeing the potential of what Alex Caruso brings to them. Because he also can play make.
No.
And he's also an elite shooter, bro.
No. He was an excellent pickup. But I'm just saying it's not it's not some home run pickup. It was a good pickup, but they lost offense.
I think he's hating.
As soon as they sent Giddy away,
they lost offense.
And they lost the PG.
Bro, offense is not a thing they struggle with anyway, bro.
Shea is not PG. He's a shooting guard. Let's not forget that Shea is not PG. And Shea and J-Dub are shooting guards, bro. They're combo guards. They're not point guards. So now you've lost the only point guard you had in Josh Giddy, regardless of his lackluster deficiencies and blah 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 blah. you lost offense and you got defense. Cool,
I mean,
but defense
the league's
was
also pretty positionless now. Though.
But now adding Caruso, you've gotten even smaller. Hence why when the man's matchup against OKC again, it's going to be barbecue chicken.
That's what you're foreseeing in the future.
That's all just left.
That's all it cares about. That's all it's going back to. That's all it's going back to. I hear it.
You don't chicken because now they've added Caruso, they've gone even smaller. So I see a lot of weaknesses with those trades regardless. And at the end of the day, even with those trades, they aren't better than Mavs, like not even close.
Okay.
I don't see them beating Denver.
Cool.
I don't see them beating Timberwolves. So I don't so these trades haven't really moved the needle for me whatsoever. But regardless, I still give them the third. I feel like they won the offseason. They were third in the offseason. They won it.
Okay.
The Knicks and Timberwolves, I'm really too. Listen, I say this. I told Kelvin this. I'll say this right now in the pod. Kai is doing nothing. As long as Kai's been on two options, Knicks aren't going nowhere. They don't go. I was right on Kai last season. I'll be right again. They aren't going nowhere. If Kai's your number two option, they don't go nowhere.
So the Western Conference Finals. That's
yeah. No.
That's not good enough.
No.
That's going nowhere. Western Conference Finals is going nowhere.
Winning, but I'm saying winning and actually contending for a chip. They're not doing that with Kai's number two option. That's never happening. That's not happening. That's not happening. You know, the Timberwolves have a better chance of being in the conference finals than actually that's not true because.
I'm about to say stop the cap. Stop the cap. Bro, those people wild. But one thing I want to ask you before I let you go. Are the Mavericks the best team in the West now?
I didn't mention Denver. Yeah, they are by far. It's not really like a. I don't think any team right now gets close to them because Denver got worse. I don't think we realize that Denver losing KCP. Boy,
I agree.
Bro, I had a party, bro. Family. I called the family over. I said KCP's gone. We had a party, bro. We had a party. So now you have Westbrook in the starting lineup, bro. I'm smiling. And they added Sarich, which was nice, but he doesn't do anything. So they've gotten worse. The Clippers, I can't lie. The Clippers are finished, bro.
Yeah, Clippers are done. I agree. Clippers are done.
They're finished, bro. They're finished. So they are no longer a threat. Timberwolves are not on our level. OKC are the only team that kind of like maybe I need to be careful of them. But even them, they don't scare me. So as of right now,
Elias is pointing to his Warriors jersey right now. Saying, what about the Warriors?
Okay, the Warriors. You know what the Warriors, Elias? Here, no offense, but once Curry said, I think in the interview, he said something about how he doesn't know something about identity, that he doesn't have an identity or something like that.
No, he said they have to see how they go at the beginning of the season. He said that like depending on how good they start, it's going to kind of define the rest.
As a leader, Curry should be saying that. Like he just kind of.
What do you mean, bro? He's being realistic, bro. He knows what he has on his team.
Kawhi just said the same thing anyway.
Yeah, Kawhi basically said, bro, I'm playing with bums now.
And LeBron said the same thing.
Yeah, man.
But listen, I think to answer your question, Bams are the best team in the West. They have the best player in the West. They have the best, probably the best combination in the West.
Paul?
Because
you go and finish.
I don't know how Murray's gonna look because Murray has been on the slump since last postseason. I don't know what the hell he's been on. But yeah, I think Mavs are the best team in the West. I don't think until I see it. And nothing will change my mind. And that's for Kelvin's Pelicans. I want to mention the Pelicans are in a very, very weird spot right now. I don't know what
very strange spot.
Yeah,
very strange.
They're in a very, very weird spot. They have no big man rotation. They have the rookie called Messi, whatever his name is, but you can't really expect him to have a lively leap in his rookie year.
Wow. Of course, you can't be like Derek Lively, of course.
He can't be Derek Lively. And they only have a biggest tie split. But let's be all honest, there. Tice is not going to be your guy in the playoffs, so they don't really have.
You know what? They
don't have a big man rotation. I think I even saw a report of someone saying how Herb is going to be starting.
That was a joke, man. They're joking, bro. That can't be serious.
That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
They have to run Zion. They'd rather run Zion at 5, but. Paul, I'm going to have to let you go, yeah? We will hear more from you next episode. I'm sure you'll be with us next week in person.
Yeah, hopefully I'll be back, Paul.
And you can let us hear it, have it in full.
I have a lot to unpack, guys. I have a lot to unpack.
I can see.
I couldn't be there today. But I'll be there next week. I'll be there next week, guys. I'll be there next week.
You got to say in there.
No.
In there. Wrong. Who we got?
In a bit, bro.
In a bit.
Oh man, what an interesting. You know, I knew he was gonna come with some interesting takes, but I think he provided a good segue for like who are your winners and losers, and then we'll end the trade kind of talks there. I think my winners. I think my winners are the Knicks, man. The Knicks won. Them getting Mikal Bridges, them getting Cat, like they won, man. They're all in. I don't care about their depth. I think they won. I think the Mavericks too. I'll give Mavericks second, and then I think OKC. Those are my top three. That I would say for me.
I would probably have to agree with Paul that Philly have done best.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously we'll see how it translates. Then the Knicks. And then third. Who would I have third? I'd have to think about that for a bit.
No worries.
But yeah, Dallas did do good business.
They did very good business. I feel like we've been very West heavy as usual. To be honest, we were very West heavy. So let's take a trip over to visit these guys. Does the East genuinely, other than I'm trying to think about this. Are you expecting any surprises coming out of the East this year? Like looking at the top teams. Like right now, I don't know who's number 2. I think the Philadelphia's move. I'm still very, very hesitant on Joel Embiid's health. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, I feel like it always comes down to how healthy is he going to be at the end of the year. Do you know what I mean?
My opinion is number 2 is always the Bucks until you can stop Giannis.
Really?
Because if injuries weren't there, they would have beaten. I think, in my opinion, they're beating Indiana.
I agree. Completely, I agree.
And then who would they face next again? Was it the Knicks?
Yeah. Wait.
Yeah, it would have been the Knicks.
Yeah.
Again, I don't see Giannis stopping on that team.
No.
Paired with Damian Lillard.
That would have been an interesting matchup to watch though. Because but that double big lineup they had those Mitchell Robinson and...
Actually, yeah, I guess in a way if that did... Well, he wouldn't have been there because Embiid...
Yeah, that's true. Embiid did his leg in. That's true.
Maybe everything changes maybe if the Bucks go through it.
Yeah, that's true. Everything changes. What ifs? That's a game of what ifs.
But I, in my opinion, it's Bucks till a team can show me otherwise.
I think, to be honest, they're kind of I feel like in a lot of ways they've kind of lost their luster. Do you know what I mean? After the failed experiment, not health was the issue last year. Ultimately, that's what kind of let them down. And I think this year I don't really know how I feel about them. Like even watching Giannis in the summertime, playing with Greece, I was just like in Greece they use him so weird.
Yeah,
they use him so strangely. I don't understand why the ball is not consistently in his hand. He might not be able to shoot, but I guess FIBA is a different game. But saying that, him and Dame having another year together, I heard a lot of Dame's off-season podcast talks and whatever. He was going through the divorce, so mentally his head was in different places. I'm hoping they can get something straight. I think them having Rondo in the coaching staff, I don't know how that's going to help. But Doc Rivers, his coaching ability has always been questionable.
Yeah.
He's more of a man manager as we like to think. So I think Rondo would actually be good for X's and O's. And I think that's kind of what they need in terms of figuring out with the Dame, Giannis, Middleton, Brook situation there.
Yeah, it's all just about health for that team.
Yeah, for sure. I guess Philadelphia, them and Philly in my head are kind of 1 and 2. I think the Knicks, I find it interesting because the Knicks is kind of it's all bigs now. Not the Knicks, sorry. The East is kind of all bigs in terms of Giannis is a big, right?
Kristaps Porzingis.
Kristaps is also not healthy right now. Big.
Cat.
Embiid. So it's the top 4 teams all in the interior. There's gonna be some kind of battle.
Cleveland have the Twin Towers.
That's not even something. You know what? you know. With Cleveland, yeah. They got Kenny Atkinson. They got a new coach to kind of help out their offensive woes. I don't see it, bro. I don't see them being any better than they were last year. I'll be honest. I just don't. I don't really see it. I don't see it. They struggled to beat Orlando.
Do you think Orlando will leapfrog them this year?
For sure. I think getting KCP and then having another year of maturity for Paolo and Franz. I think the healthy Jonathan Isaac, Wendell Carter signed an extension as well, so he's bought in. And I think it's the same thing that they're going to get from, his name is gone. Not Cole Anthony. Suggs.
Yeah.
I think they just have a very cohesive team. Like they have a very well balanced team over there, and they've got great size. And that's why I feel like the East is getting bigger. Other than the Knicks, they lost a big, but then if Mitchell Robinson comes back soon, I think they have their size kind of come back, which is good. And then Precious Achiuwa is also is a good piece for size. So I feel like the East is more getting physically dominant, and the West is kind of like is going to be more guard heavy, which I think is going to be fascinating to watch because now. The interesting matchup I'm most interested to see in the East is the Knicks versus Philadelphia. I want to see Cat versus Embiid and see, okay, what we saw Cat do against Jokic, can we get flashes of that against Embiid? Because he's not going to have Rudy there. Do you know what I mean? To the level of buying and like banging that we saw him do, we're going to need to see it. Because the other guys are going to have hands full with Tyrese Maxey and Paul George. They will. And I think that will kind of define whether or not the Knicks can be that second team in the East. I think in some ways, I'll be honest, I'm a bit scared for the Celtics in repeating. Like everybody has this as a foregone conclusion that they're going to just win.
The target's on their back, like every team every year.
It is, but I'll be honest, I'm worried. I'm worried about, like, don't get me twisted, their starting five is elite. It's crazy. Their starting five is very, very crazy. But I'm worried about their bench more so than anything because I think a lot of teams got better this offseason. I genuinely feel like the East is going to be a lot more competitive because even we're forgetting about the Pacers, they have a full year of Pascal now, which is a big difference, and that's going to be interesting to see.
But I think when you're the benchmark, teams are trying to get better than you. So I think how many teams have got better than them? We'll find out, but I don't think there's as many as we think.
I guess I guess we'll see. I guess we'll have to just wait and see. We'll have to see how like the pieces fit together. I'm trying to think who else in the East was surprising, was interesting last year. Miami's going to be another playing team this season. The Pacers. I'm trying to think who else was there. Who else was there last year?
It was
the Bucks, Pacers.
Bucks were there.
Celtics played Miami in the first round.
We talk about
it was Knicks.
The Bulls and Hawks also playing teams.
Hawks. Trey.
They're in the lottery.
Trey, I think it's time for you to move, bro. I'll be honest, it's time for you to move. The rookie they got, he looks nice. Jalen Johnson's nice. They just seem average.
Do you know what surprised me though? Whenever you get like those insider scoops, they're always like, "There's not a market for Trey," and that's what I feel like. There should be a market for Trey.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense because it's like, how many?
If the Spurs were smart,
do you think they would have got him instead?
No, I was saying in the future, once Chris Paul's contract's done,
they'll go get him.
Then you go get Trey.
How would you not go get him now?
Contracts and then. Maybe their contracts run out at the same time. I don't know.
I think
got left on his contract.
I can hear it. I think it makes sense. To be honest, for the Spurs, I think it makes sense because in terms of their team was young and having his leadership, in terms of like, outside of what Chris Paul's going to do on the court, that was a very young quarterback. Like now with his guidance, paired with Pop as well, I think it's going to be nice to see. But in terms of Trey, not every team.
We can see it live.
Not every team. Yeah. Stay tuned. Not every team can have... I don't think every team has an elite point guard like that, though. I'm trying to think. Does every team really have an elite point guard like that? Or are they willing to sacrifice on how much to pay him? That's the real question. Like, are you really going to be able to pay Trey what Trey is worth?
I think that's the problem with having a position in this league nowadays. Because people are like, do I need Trey Young? Because you do obviously want a Trey Young, but do you need him?
That's true.
Do you need to pay him that much?
But then he's still a small guard.
When you can get like a Tyus Jones.
That's true.
For like...
fraction of the price,
fraction of the cap space.
Oh man, it's tough. But I think they'll be... I don't know if they'll... Maybe they'll be fun to watch. I think the Wizards will yet again probably be in the mud. I'll be honest, I want to say this and I'm going to stand on this year. I have expectations for Detroit.
I did. I think coaching didn't work last year.
So this year, are you with me, yeah? Yeah? Alright, cool. You guys have heard it. Elias is with me. This year we have expectations for Detroit.
Whoa. Wait.
What do you mean, no?
Whatever opinion's about to say, I'm with him, but I'm not.
I think they got Tobias Harris, they got Tim Hardaway Jr., they got some more experienced guys. So now I'm hoping like the lawlessness in the team kind of goes away and like some structure is now brought in. Jaden Ivey's taking steps. We've seen it in the preseason. He's doing things. He's making a name for himself. Cade, I think now, like it's time for them to just take another step. I think everybody like follow Orlando. Orlando is the blueprint to follow of. I say with OKC, like another team to follow. But look at what they've done. They drafted well, paired guys together. Even though for a long time Detroit was just drafting guards and we didn't know what was going on. But now you have two guys that seem to know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Believe in them and let's just
lottery play-in playoffs.
Yeah. That's the way it works.
No, where do you see them finishing?
Lottery play-in playoffs.
This is where I decide if I'm with him or not.
I'm gonna take a leap of faith. I'm gonna say planes. I'm gonna say the Detroit Pistons are gonna be in the planes this year. I don't see why they can't be. I think they can be better than Charlotte, and I think Charlotte will be nice with LaMelo Ball healthy. Like I think Charlotte will be a good team to watch. I think I've never been a big fan of LaMelo. I might be a little bit of a hater there, but he's talented and like he makes a big difference for that team. I think they can be better than the Bulls. Like as good as Zach LaVine is, I think they have a confusion in identity, so I don't really see them going very far.
Yeah, I could see them taking either the Bulls or Hawks' place.
Yeah, I think Toronto is not going to do much. Like I don't even know what we're expecting from them realistically.
Who do you think is going to be the worst team in the East this year?
The worst? I'm going to say Toronto. I'll be honest, I still believe in Ben Simmons. I know it's crazy, but I genuinely, like, I'm not getting, like, I don't want to say I'm getting catfished on the Instagram clips. I don't want to say it. But I genuinely still believe that somewhere in there is the guy that we saw for Philadelphia that was running through the lane like a freight train, dishing, making dimes and being like, rah, we can build around him. Genuinely, I still believe it. He might not ever be a competent shooter, but he didn't have to be before to play at an elite level. He didn't have to be.
If only he dunked on Trae Young, life would be so much different for him.
It's true. It would be, but it can't just disappear. Do you know what I mean? Like it genuinely, like I know he had back issues and all of this stuff, but like I don't believe that player is completely gone because I've seen flashes of it, which is why I'll still back him in fantasy. I'll still pick him up to get my triple doubles because he's still going to give me my double doubles as long as he's healthy.
There's a reason you can pick him up.
Yeah, there's a reason. Okay, whatever. You want to hate. But I think if I'm being honest, like if I'm taking my heart out of it, I think the Nets may be the worst team this year. Closely followed by the Raptors. I feel like I'm forgetting a team. Who else is in the East? I don't know where Miami. You know, I don't even. Do you think Miami's making the playoffs?
The Hornets.
The Hornets are going to be a fringe playing team.
Yeah,
they're going to be a fringe playing team.
I want to see LaMelo take another jump this year. If
he stays healthy, I think we'll see that. I think if he stays healthy, because he was on
before the injury.
He was on pace.
He was picking up steam.
He was on pace. Like the way he shoots threes is so funny to me. Like he genuinely plays like he's playing 2K. That's the way I kind of think when I watch him. He genuinely plays like he's playing 2K. So yeah, I think Hornets will be on the fringes. I don't know if Miami doesn't have, you know, Eric Spoelstra is the GOAT, man. Eric Spoelstra is honestly a GOAT because I want to say I don't imagine them being in the playoffs, but I don't want to bet against Spo. And I know Jimmy's a madman, but it's just like I think they need to think of something else. They could do with Trae Young. They could do with Trae Young. I know they got Terry Rozier, but they could genuinely do with Trae Young.
That would move the needle. That
would move the needle in a major way. Because imagine Trae Young's on that team.
But what do you have to give away for Trae Young? Terry?
Give away Terry, give away Tyler Hero, give away whoever you want to give away. Just keep Bam and Jimmy. That's it, bro. Have the three of them. Because imagine him playing pick and roll with Bam. That's for me, that's incredible. And Bam is also extending his range. Bam is actually shooting threes now from the corner, which is, I thought it might have been just a FIBA thing, but he's bringing it to the NBA. So that's interesting to see. I think quickly, it wouldn't be right if we didn't do it. Let's touch on the rookies quickly. Let's look at the rookies quickly. I'll be honest, I have very limited expectations for this year's class. I think Reed Shepherd, Zachary Risache, I think Alex Sarr, Dalton Tech, Rob Dillingham,
Stephon Castle.
Yeah, I think that's Bronny James. Bronny James, honestly, you know, this son and dad thing. I think the media is really gonna run it up.
Oh yeah,
they're gonna run it up, and I don't know really like we're gonna see genuinely how good Bronny is, and whether or not he needs to be in the G League. Because I hope JJ, because we didn't talk about JJ getting picked up, but JJ genuinely, I know LeBron's your guy, but if Bronny's not contributing,
well, technically, I think
he's got to go.
It's the name that's got him. Obviously, he deserves to be in the NBA, but what do we ever expect from a 56th pick?
Very little.
Exactly. So why do we expect so much from?
Because he has James on his back. And you're right. We should be our expectation. Okay. That's true.
He's still 56.
That's true. He is still 56. There's a reason. There's a reason he went in the second round.
He could become a Jokic.
No, that's not. I think he said he wanted to be like a Drew Holiday. That's not Jokic. That's
I meant more like the pick wise and then just
No, I get you.
Him, but
he could be. But I think, let's set our expectations low. But I'm looking forward to being surprised.
Tonight they play the Bucks, so we will see.
Yeah, LeBron's not happy about that one still. But
is he not?
No, he said, why are we travelling all this way for one preseason game? And that's what he said. He was tweeting. Because I think it's like 1,700 miles or I don't know. But
LeBron.
We're still locked into preseason. Guys, we're back, man. In the Hoop is back. And anything you want to say, bro? Any final thoughts or any thoughts ahead of the season that you want to let these guys know? We're gonna do predictions next episode when we have more of the guys, just so you guys know. But
it's good to be back.
Yeah,
missed it.
Yeah, man. And as always, you guys know,
Mr. Guys,
we've been in the Hoop. See you guys
in there.
Peace.